It is a pleasure to rise in support to speak to the Securities, Trustees and Statutory Supervisors Bill, sir. I'd like to congratulate the Minister, Honourable Simon Power, as all sides of this House agree it is an important bill, and I'm glad the opposition supports this bill. I'd like to start by making an observation, sir, that I find it quite ironic that the opposition Select Committee Chair, Honourable Leanne Dalzell, complained about the time that it has actually taken for this bill to come to this House. I find it ironic in the sense that it was in fact the Labour Party who was actually in government for 9 years when finance company failures actually happened, and I believe that it was she who was in fact the Minister of Commerce. Sir, this bill is about accountability. It requires corporate trustees and certain statutory supervisors to be licensed, thereby improving the quality of corporate trustees' supervision. The Securities, Trustees and Statutory Supervisors Bill is intended to protect investors' interests and enhance market confidence by enabling the Securities Commissions to hold trustees and statutory supervisors effectively. It will be an offence to act as a trustee or statutory supervisor without a licence. And if I can use the words of my colleague who spoke earlier, Mr. Boscawen, he actually said, I think it was beefing up of the Securities Commission. We need to build mum and dad investor trust in capital markets, sir, which has been severely dented by finance company failures and the global recession. This bill is an important part of achieving that, sir. This bill is about making sure people are competent for the job that they are doing and improving the performance, and enable the Securities Commission to hold them accountable for any failure to act according to the expected standards. This new licensing regime will apply to trustees of debt securities, unit trustees and statutory supervisors of certain collective investment schemes and retirement villages. The Securities Commission will administer the new regime, granting licensing applications and receiving mandatory reports from licensed trustees and statutory supervisors. The Commission will have more power to require information from trustees and to direct them to act in emergency situations. The reason retirement village statutory supervisors have been included, sir, is in the recognition of the similar role they play to trustees of investment products in monitoring the financial position of retirement villages. The bill improves the accountability of trustees and statutory supervisors, and the Commission will be able to seek pecuniary penalties and compensation orders on behalf of investors against trustees and statutory supervisors who have breached their obligations, sir. This bill also makes it an offence for failing to comply with the Commission's directions, which include providing information about the trustee or statutory supervisor or the issuer. Maximum penalties will range from $100,000 to $200,000, sir. It will be an offence for a person to act as a trustee, statutory supervisor or unit trustee without an appropriate licence, and is liable to pay a fine of up to $300,000. The bill makes detailed provision for licence holders to report at regular intervals to the Commission, this being between 6 and 12 months from when the licence is issued. After that, so there is a monitoring system in place, a system that is enforced to protect the interests of investors and to make sure that investors have confidence in our financial markets. And to me, sir, that is fantastic news, especially under these current financial climate we've actually had previously before us. These changes are part of the government's comprehensive reform agenda in the financial arena, which also includes work around financial advisors, moratoria, regulation, auditors, and the government's action plan for responding to the Capital Market Development Task Force report. Many in the Korean community, sir, lost a lot of money during the financial crisis and the finance company failures, and I'm sure that they feel a relief that this national-led government is doing something about it. This is a great bill, it's an important bill, and I commend it to the House.